Okay, as you know, we are talking about, goals, content, and sequencing. And then within this topic, we need to decide about, the units of progression of a course. For example, we have already talked about if the course is based on vocabulary as units of progression. So we need to be aware the range of vocabulary included in a course and to what extent it should be given focus. I mean, and if a course is based on grammar as units of progression, we need to be aware of its implications for syllabus design, right? So similarly, we've got discourse, skills, sub-skills, and strategies as units of progression. So while looking at these variables, we need to be aware that discourse, I mean to say texts. So discourse are normally used as a pre-university courses, right? And discourse could be of different genres. For example, it could be academic discourse, or it could be functional discourse. Yeah. So overall, discourse, is used mostly in university courses, especially at pre-sessional levels, right? In order to better understand the concept of discourse as a basis of units of progression, we need to look at Biber's, idea of text types and texts. The whole notion behind introducing you about Biber's idea about text types and texts is that we need to be aware, like if we are teaching vocabulary, we need to and grammar, we need to make sure that both these elements are given equal coverage and they are covered in equal breadth and depth. Yeah. So Biber draws our attention towards the interpersonal aspect of text types and texts. For example, if you are making phone call to your friends, so we need to make sure what lexical items we're going to teach to our learners. And then the interactional element of text types and texts. And the scientific exposition, I mean, academic English, for instance, and the learned exposition, I mean, scholarly English or English for academic purposes, and imaginative narrative. And then we've got general text types and texts. So the reason why I've listed Biber's different text types and texts is just to show you that we need to make decisions when we are basing a syllabus on the units of progression on discourse, right? Some courses use skills, sub-skills, and strategies as the basis of progression of units or blocks. For example, if reading courses are based on the concept of skills, sub-skills, and strategies, so these need to ensure that the reading courses include, some skills, how to find out the main idea, yeah, and how to read for details, and how to train the learners for note-taking skill while sitting in the lecture, and then we got to train them about, the skills of skimming and scanning the text and how to make them speedy readers, and how we can inculcate the skill of inferring meaning from a particular text. Yeah. So these are the skills, sub-skills, and strategies. So And let me just explain the sub-skills. Sub-skills, for example, if we are teaching speaking skills to our students, so we are telling them about the significance of interactional and transactional skills of speaking. So these form as the sub-skills, and then we can train learners to employ certain strategies while speaking. I mean, how to take turns and how to negotiate the meaning. So in brief, discourse skills, sub-skills, and strategies. If the syllabus is based on, take resort to these elements as units of progression. So we need to be aware of their dimensions and their significance and order.